hell do you think that I do? I wear $800 suits. I wear a gold watch. I'm a thief.
You want to put down contract scores all over the country, working directly for me?
I am self-employed.
I'll make you a millionaire in 4 months. So what do you say, Frank?
They gotta be big scores, they gotta be fast. 1, 2 tops.
You don't know from one day to the next whether you're going to be killed, go home, or get busted.
Look, I have run out of time, so I'm just asking you to be with me.
Not a problem. I go to work for you, I'm pulling a lot of exposure.
Are they in the walls? I mean, can they hear everything we say all the time?
Look, we your new partners. We in for 10 points.
Our in goes with the territory. They don't run me, and you don't run me. I want my end, and I am out.
You don't want to work for me? What's wrong with you?
You do what I say. I run you. I want you work until you are burned out, you are busted, or you're dead. I am the last guy in the world that you want to mess with.
Look, just to let the audience know, when we were firing up the systems here, Jeremy and I were kind of talking note-wise about like the movie since we both recently watched it, and we were like in agreement on so many like what I would call oddball factors of this movie that we were like, so we're gonna just basically repeat the conversation we had off air for people to hear on air. Michael Mann, James Caan, who recently passed away and was not well liked, I hate to tell you. Peter Jason told me James Caan broke his nose on the set of Alien Nation. There's a place in Studio City, and I don't want to name it, but it's a diner. And if you go in there at any point in time, well, no, not at any point in time, but if you're in there like between lunch and dinner, that's like the celebrity hour. That's where they go when traffic is at its minimum. Bono's been in there, Shaq, Sharon Stone, James Caan, and all the waiters in this place thought James Caan was very unnecessarily so difficult with them. So from our firsthand production stories, James Caan was not perceived as being the nicest human being. I apologize if you're a James Caan fan. But his performance in this is a little bit interesting, wouldn't you say? We were talking about he looked hurt. Like it looked like his football days had caught up with him when he walked.
Yeah.
Didn't he kind of look like he was broken and battered? But anyway, Jeremy, why don't you give us your initial impression of Thief, if you would?
My first kind of thought, too, was this is Heat light. This has all the elements of Heat, but 30 years before or what have you. And you can see Michael Mann's style, like the long rained out alleyways and cars parked and wow, Tangerine Dream doing the soundtrack. And the thing I like about Tangerine Dream, it seems timeless. Like it doesn't. There are some soundtracks that you kind of go, oh God, this is an '80s movie. Like but they kind of, it's a little dated, but not that bad. Like it goes. They have a great sense of mystery. So I really kind of like that. It was one of those things when it came up to you, go, how many movies did Tangerine Dream do?
So the first time I heard him was Sorcerer, which is an underappreciated movie, I think, with Roy Scheider. It's a remake of Wages of Fear. Again, Friedkin. We were talking earlier about French Connection. And I love the work they did in Sorcerer. I actually like their work in Thief, Miracle Mile. I've talked to them. They're very interesting people as artists. But I've heard Michael Mann say recently He's still not sure if he made the right decision on the soundtrack for Heat. I don't know what that means now that we're 40 years removed from the production, or if that's like a personal thing to kind of, I mean, he used Tangerine Dream after that. So I don't know. I mean, I think he was on the fence between a blues soundtrack and Tangerine Dream. It's hard to pass on Tangerine Dream though. I can see them walking in with samples and being like, "You're it." Can't you? Like they really do put a soundscape in there.
Yeah.
And it's thought provoking and it shifts gears and they'll work a guitar, like a hard hitting guitar riff in, and they'll change a gear on you musically. But it's good for this movie, I think, in a sense, because man lets the camera and the music kind of convey action. Like a lot of times James Caan is just walking through like a welding shop.
Yeah.
But the music makes you think like, oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think they should be credited for doing some of the heavy lifting here, because this movie is not, well, like a lot of Mann's films. This is
so to take it like, and again, this is, I guess, from an acting perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the collage that's in his wallet, James Caan's wallet.
Neither do I.
And it's he takes it out and it's got dead bodies on it. It's got a car dealership sort of thing, a woman, and it's his dream, and Willie Nelson. And I'm sorry, Willie's one of those guys. He's Willie Nelson. I don't care. Yeah. I think he was great. Was it Barbarossa?
So, yeah, he was in Barbarossa. You know, he's also, I'm not sure I should be letting this one out of the bag because it's kind of a semi-secret, but he's also the reason Spielberg's marriage to Amy Irving didn't work out. But that's a subject for another day. That one comes from some very inside players. But Nelson has a quality about him. I mean, Nelson,
he's got a quality about it, but you can't get past the fact. It's like, that's Willie Nelson. He's got a voice, and he's got the look, and I just always I think sort of him and Christopherson you kind of go, oh, I don't know if you guys are actors. You're like,
right.
You are.
You know, it's when he's introduced, it's in the prison scene, right?
Yeah.
Through the glass. And it's kind of interesting that Nelson asks him how he's doing, and Caan puts on this, oh, I'm doing great. Look, I got these watches. Like he kind of like every day is an adventure. And like, are you clueless? You're talking to a man living in a box.
Yeah.
Like, do you not like that sounded very tone deaf to me.
So
what's that?
He's got the collage. Willie Nelson's on the collage, and it's designed to make you feel empathy towards his character. That it's like he's got like this is like his little keepsake. This is his world, and it's in his wallet, and he looks at it, and he's like sitting against the wall, kind of, and he pulls it out, and it's a long shot. So you're supposed to kind of go, oh, I feel sorry for this guy. I want him to get his dream. And then, as you said, goes to the jail. He treats Willie kind of like it's under the guise of, is there anything I can get you? And then he goes, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Which he does. And that's the judge and the lawyer. That part was funny.
That's a good scene. We'll get to that in a minute. I got some notes on that one.
Then, as you go through too, James Caan at the car dealership, move the Buick up there, move that there. Like my heart doesn't go out to him at all. He's an asshole.
James Caan is a very difficult character to like in this, as he often played, right?
Yeah.
His character, I mean, even in Elf, his character, in my perception, takes a while to kind of come around and be compassionate towards us. He is
horribly miscast in Elf.
You think so? I think he ultimately delivered because he was miscast.
His kids' books. It's like they publish his kids' books, and they do the same thing in that. They have a picture of him playing a guitar from 30 years ago to make him. Oh, he likes to sing in the park, and I'm like,
yeah. Once upon a time, he was a hippie kid. Anyway,
NMOSD can blind you, paralyze you, or even kill you in a matter of minutes. But we're close to a cure, and with that cure comes a cure for cancer. Please go to the Guthrie Foundation and donate today.